So students, in this class we are going to see the next unit 3, team building. So this is very easy paper and easy topics. You can refer many more things from website and use it for your examination. That's nothing. Still, it's my duty to take some give some important notes, so that's what I am giving you. Team building is the collective term for various types of activities used to enhance social relationship with and define the role within a team. So team building is important thing. So team building is not only important thing to do an easy job, it's important to develop social relation. That is very important. Can you understand? So it's team building is not only develop your personal thing, it also the social relationship. That is very important. Then the formal definition of team building include aligning around goals. We should align our goals, building effective working relationship. We can maintain many social relation among the society, reducing team members' role of ambiguity. If we worked lonely, if we worked anything personally or individually, it makes some confusion. If we are working together, we can avoid confusions, then finding solution to the team problem. We can find solution. We can get more solution for a single problem than the work was doing individual and then team building. Can you understand? So then team building is one of the most widely used group development activity in an organization. So some of the types of teams: functional teams. Functional teams means perform specific function. It performs only for specific function. If I divided you as a group for personality development, you are called functional team. Can you understand? You are divided for only for the purpose of personality development activities, then you called functional team. Then cross functional teams. Workers across function or specialties of the organization make up these types of teams. You are divided as a third BA English, then you are called cross functional teams. Can you understand? You are divided as a third BA English, that is cross functional. Then leadership teams. Management takes a strategic role in guiding business decisions. They are made up of leaders from varied departments. Your representatives are called leadership teams. So many representatives in our college. In third BA only one representative. Self-directed team. Also self-directed team. These groups operate without managers, without a proper leader. They do their work personally. They do their work of their own. Each individual of the group did their work of their own. There is no leader. This is called self-directed team. Okay. Then importance of team building. Build trust. So obviously you know everything. No need to write the things which were given in the notes. This is not important. You can write it as your own. Build trust. First one is build trust. You should trust build some trust. Is conflict. You can reduce more conflict. If we are working individually, many doubts and many confusions and conflicts arise in your mind, but it reduces conflict. Then increase collaboration. You can't mingle with so many groups. You can get the idea of many people. You can develop your own knowledge. It increases collaboration and you can get more contact in society. Then effective communication. You can develop your communication through you can communicate with your team members. Can you understand? So it helps to effective communication. If you're doing your work individually, you couldn't communicate with anybody, you couldn't maintain any social relations. So this is the effective way. Effective communication is the perfect improvement of team building. Then the how to creating effective team. How can we create a team? The effectiveness of team building differs subsequently from one organization to another. So each and every organization create their own way of effective team. You couldn't follow the same method of creating a team in classroom and in your family. You couldn't make, because your family situation is totally different from our class. So you can create separate strategy. You can use separate strategy to create a team in classroom and also in family. Can you understand? So each and everywhere it differs one place to another place. Then so the most effective efforts occur with team members are interdependent, knowledgeable, experienced, and well organizational leadership activity established supports the team. So already you know, every team member give their own idea, own way, so you can easily find a solution to any problem when you are working with the team. Okay, effective team building incorporates an awareness of team objectives. You can set your team objectives. So based on that objective, team creation and the working idea, everything differs from one team to another. Okay, then setting goals. So in team building, setting goal is very important. Then only you can run behind that goal. Then role clarification. So in a team, you have to clarify your role. Can you understand? If I came with you to work in the garden, each and everybody given by some role. Can you understand? If each and every person in your class, one group should clean one group remove the plastics from the ground, the other group given role by picking the ground, then other group of some girls should pouring water to the plant. So like that, the role was given everybody different. So the role given by each people differently from one to another. So it avoid ambiguity or it avoid confusion. Then problem solving. So when you are working with a team, it makes you think more and more, which makes you very knowledgeable person. You can solve any problem. Then interpersonal relationship, you can contact with anybody, so it makes a social relationship and better communicative skill among you. Then the leadership defined as very important quotation. Leadership, the process whereby one individual influences other group members towards the attainment of defined group organizational goals. Other group members so only this is the definition. So through the power, through the outcome, a leader proves the quality of your group. Can you understand? So this is called leadership. According to Colanter, leadership is the process of influencing between leader and those who follows. So inside the team, leadership is the influence between the leader and the followers. But here they mention that through the individual influences one individual influences other group members towards the attainment or define the group. So if you are in one team, we staff members are in separate team. From you, only one person which shines more, which one person who defines all the members in that group is called leadership. Can you understand? So among you, only one person who shines more than you is called leadership. Then in Humhill or quote is given. Then leadership style. Different styles were given to the leader. Advantages and disadvantages exist within leadership style. So every leadership style different from one group to another group and individual to individual. Then laissez faire. I don't know whether I teach this or not to you. Laissez faire means laissez faire leader lacks direct supervision of employees. They fails to provide feedback. So laissez faire means the leader should simply sit as a lazy person. The other group members worked hard. Finally, the leader came and tell me that this is my group. They worked hard and I manage these people. But initially, he was the lazy person. Finally, the credit all goes to that leader is called laissez faire. Then autocratic. Autocratic means the leader takes all the decision. The leader put some strict otherwise autocratic means the leader was very strict in that group. He put strict rules to follow each and everybody in that group. You have to follow that leader only his idea. You couldn't tell any idea to that leader. That is called autocratic. Then participate. You can participate. Each and everybody in that group can participate in that leadership style. In that leader allows the each and every members to participate in their group. So people are come up with more ideas. For example, in classroom. So some staff members are allowed to participate in their classes. Then transactional. Managers are using transactional leadership style to receive certain tasks to perform and provide rewards and punishments to the team members based on the performance result. So transactional means each and everybody in that group to do something, to perform something. Based on that, they will be rewarded or punished. This is called transactional. Then transformational leadership. Transformational leadership depends on the high level of communication from management, meeting goals. Leaders motivate employee, enhance productivity. Transformational. If their group members are very lazy, the leader made them to do more productivity, do more work. Can you understand? The leader forced them to do more, but the group was lazy initially. Then they transformed and the leader managed that group. That is called transformational. Then theories, leadership theories. Traits, theories of leadership sought personally, social, physical and intellectual traits. Those differentiated leaders from non-leaders. For example, some of the leaders, they give some examples for leaders. Mahatma Gandhi, Indira Gandhi. Indira Gandhi was a very good leader. Just read this. So two theories, they gave two theories. First one is managerial grid theory. Managerial grid theory, just read it. There is no important. You can write this as your own. Then qualities of an effective leader. The effective leader, the qualities, very very important, essential to effective leaders should manage their group very well. They allow everyone to participate in that work. They produce more from other group. Every group should create their individuality through the leadership. Can you understand? Success is that they should set some ambition or objective to their team. That is a successful leader. The successful leader should work hard with their team members. They couldn't simply sit like laissez-faire leader. They should work hard with their team members. That is very, very important. Then 8 most common characteristics of great leaders. First one is collaborative. They should collaborate with their team members to work more. Visionary. They should set some objective. They should set some vision to that group. Each and every college or institution should have some vision. Then influential. Every team members should learn something from the leader. The leader should be like that, influential character. Then empathetic. The leader should understand the feeling of each and every group members. That is very, very important. Then innovative. The leader should create something new. The leader should try to portray their group from another group, trying to portray. Then only he can do something innovative. Then grounded. They should balanced everything. They should be judgmental. There is no partiality. Then ethical. There is more moral characteristic in their work. Can you understand? Then passionate. They should love their profession. They should love their team. Okay. Passionate towards the team. Then negotiation. Negotiation is the process of bargaining in which two parties, each of them who have something that others want, try to reach the agreement or mutually accepted. Negotiation means bargaining something to follow this. If I bargaining you to do MA after BA, that is called negotiation. Okay. So everyday example, a brother sister debating for the choice of a movie. Okay, brother said we should go to that Thala movie. The sister said we have to go to that Thalabadi movie. That is negotiation. Two friends trying to settle the amount for which one wants to sell his old car to the other. So a small conflict. Just read that. Small conflict that was arise between this or that. That is called negotiation. So Oxford English Dictionary gives the meaning that the process of trying to reach agreement through discussion. So made a strong agreement with the discussion. If I discussed with my brother that we should do this, do that, finally we came into that conclusion. That is called negotiation, defined by Oxford University. A meeting where the discussion takes place is also called negotiation. Then other dictionary definitions were given. Just read it. Some of the definitions. Then principles of negotiation. The greatest failure in negotiation is failing to negotiate. So, greatest failure of negotiation is failing to negotiate. If we didn't discuss, if I didn't against you, then there is no negotiation. If I agree with you, if we have mutual understanding, there is no negotiation. Okay. The most important person to note in the negotiation is yourself, our mind. I really agree that our mind is the greatest negotiation mind, which means our mind always have the confusion that I choose this or that. That is good. Okay, this also good. What else I should choose? Like that, we always confuse. Especially ladies are highly confused in shops when they choose anything. Be highly confused. That is negotiation in mind. Everyone has a power in a negotiation. Everybody has that power. Finally we make some decision. Okay, I take this saree, I take this chudi, because this has some damage. Finally, for our convenience, for our convincement, for convincing ourselves, we made something bad to other, then we accept this. Okay, that is called power of negotiation. So read it, read any 10 points, 10 points to write more. You have to write, explain each and every point in examination. Okay, types of negotiation. So day-to-day negotiation, already you know, day-to-day life we have so much of negotiation. The negotiation between employee and the superior. So if any negotiation between I and you, that is the other thing, that is not day-to-day. Then negotiation between colleagues. If I have negotiation with my colleagues, with my staff members, that is called negotiation with my colleagues. Then commercial negotiations, which means when we go to the shop, we are trying to buy something, from that place the negotiation came, that is called commercial negotiation. Then legal negotiation, which is purely based on law. Okay, then negotiation process. Planning your negotiation. First you have to plan your negotiation. What is that? What is the main objective? Set your objective clearly on the mind. Then determined what is the negotiation, what is the problem of yours. First you have to find that. Then list, rank and value your issues. What is good in that? If you are conflict with two chudidars, first you have to say that, okay, I want to buy one chudi. Okay, then finally then you have to list it each and every one. Okay, this chudidar color is good, this chudidar color is somewhat dull. Okay, then price, this chudidar is costly, this chudidar is low. So like that you have to separate the values of each things. Then rehearse the negotiation. One time you have to discuss with yourself. So finally you came into the conclusion. Okay, engaging with the other party during negotiation. So how you can manage with the other, how you manage with the idea or concept or the chudidar which was rejected by you is very very important. If you are rejected anything, you have to understand certain things like so first you have to analysis your agenda. Already you put some list of values. First you have to analysis that. Then you need to some compromise with yourself, or you need to compromise with your with the problem. So finally compromise, give and take policy, like that. Then closing negotiation. Finally you have to favor with the one team or one idea or one chudidar. You have to compromise with everything and close the negotiation. For example, that suggestion might work, right? Where do I sign? Okay, I am convinced with that. I can buy this, I can buy this chudidar. I couldn't buy two chudidars, so I choose this. Okay, that's no problem. This is the conclusion statement. Then common mistakes in negotiation process. First, failing to prepare. We couldn't prepare anything. While negotiation came, we confusion like a mad. We are confusion like a mad. We are failing to prepare. We couldn't prepare, or we couldn't participate that negotiation. We just confusion like a mad. Then for second mistake we did is not building relationship. We couldn't make a healthy relationship with the two ideas. Then being afraid to offend. We all having that quality. If we dislike one thing, we couldn't tell openly. We are being afraid to offend. We are very easy job to do different we couldn't anything about offend. Then not listening. Sometimes we couldn't listen. Anybody tells that this is good, that is bad. We couldn't ready to listen that things. Then not knowing about Batna. Batna is getting to yes, negotiating agreement without giving in. We couldn't accept that yes or no in our mind. Our mind fixed with one thing, so we couldn't accept that good or bad, yes or no in our mind. That is called Batna. Then caring too much. If we confused with the two things, we should love two things very much. That is one of the mistake of negotiation. Then assuming something non-negotiable. We always tells me that okay, two chudidars are very good or two ideas are very good. I couldn't left on one, or I couldn't reject this. I love both very much. Then focusing on price. You already know the value of both. Then trying to win. We are trying to win. We are trying to choose both. We are trying to defend. If we favor to the one point, we finally tries to win by told anything. Then giving ultimatum. This means this is our best and last offer. Finally, we told this. This is our best and last. We couldn't give up. We couldn't give up. We should choose one. We put some deadline to us. We draw some deadline for us to decide that decision. Then conflict management. Conflict management is the next topic. Conflict, both internal and external conflict in day-to-day life. So conflict management is one of the important personality. Two quotations were there. Conflict is defined as opposition and disputes between persons and groups of ideas. So always a conflict, a issue which comes between two persons or groups or two ideas, also called conflict. Then types of conflict. Just read it, very easy. Interpersonal conflict, conflict between two individuals. Then intrapersonal conflict occurs within the individual. If a conflict arises in my mind, that is called intrapersonal conflict. This is purely based on mind and emotional. Then intra-group conflict, conflict between teams. If you are fighting with first BA English, that is called intra-group conflict. Then intergroup conflict, if you are fighting with third BA English, within yourself you are fighting with that is called intergroup conflict. These are the types of conflicts. Just read it, very easy. So how to resolve conflict? How can we convince that conflict is very important. First you have to, conflict management style is very easy. So conflict management style is, we should adjust. Adjustment is the important thing in conflict. If accommodating self-sacrifice. You have to sacrifice yourself to push that problem, to down that problem. You couldn't sacrifice yourself to burst out that problem. Don't be like a saguni. Okay, always try to solve the problem. That is very important. Then avoiding is very important. We should avoid some conflict that makes your mind so healthy. So for healthy mind, you have to avoid some problems. Then collaborating, you have to work, you have to communicate with the others, communicate with the conflict group and participate both groups, then take decision. That is very important. Competing is one of the behavior. Then compromising, you have to compromising is one of the important conflict, that is very very important. You have to study. I will ask this question in examination, that is very very important. This is not needed, I think. Economic conflict. Economic conflict is limited amount of resources. If the profit and loss is not equalized, that made economic conflict, then value conflict, then power conflict. How to handle the problem effectively, that is important. As I told you earlier, we should convinced and we should avoid. We took some problem. We should find some problem to the conflict. We couldn't tries to develop that conflict. That is very very important. Always you have to find a solution to the problem. They told you, as I told you earlier. Mind health is very very important. In conflict management, you have to always focus on your mind health. If if you always have a conflict between two things, your mind get worse and you are affected by blood pressure and pressure, everything. So mind health is very very important. Just try to avoid and compromise the conflict. Okay, that is very very important. So unit 3rd is completed. Just read all those things. That is very very important. Do well for the exam. Very easy subject. Okay, thank you.